Welcome back again, guys. Welcome back again to my Save the World, no cash playthrough, solo, all of that good stuff. Today we're going to do a bit of a strange one because, well, I need to just grind out some stuff to do my next quest, which is a bit of a shame. I didn't realise I'd hit a point like this already. So it's telling me my next campaign progression is to unlock the Homebase Defender skill tree node. So if we look at the skill tree, we'll see. Oh, actually, I'll show you. There's a handy little thing. So if we click this, it will take us to that place. And we can see there it is. That's the one we want to unlock. So we need 2 more skill points so we can get recycling and this. So I need to grind out a couple of levels to do that. So before we do that, I think we're just going to do a bit of housekeeping. Let's have a quick look at our stuff and see where we are at the moment. So all of these things here are the ones we're going to bin because we didn't want them. We've got all these still. We've got all of our new stuff looked at now. So you get these little exclamation marks to show you you've got new things. And quite frustratingly with things, if you increase the level of something, it ends up being counted as a new thing. So yeah, sometimes you'll see a new mark and you'll be like, oh, what's new? And it's actually just the fact that you've leveled someone up. Oh, I can't afford that yet. We need 1200. Good grief. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, what's new in my backpack? What's that? 203. Oh, maybe we'll use the katana for a bit. Should we try it out, guys? Let's try it out. Got a golf club. Not really that interested. Let's recycle these because I don't want them. Yeah, get rid of those. This is our ammo crafting screen. We haven't really looked at this yet because I haven't needed to. Because, I mean, yeah, we've got plenty of bullets right now. We don't need to worry about that. Here, those things that we're going to get rid of. Have we got schematic XP? I don't think we've got much schematic XP at the moment, so we'll leave that. You can craft things on this screen here, but I would recommend that you craft in mission because it contributes to your reward chest level. So always do the crafting in the mission if you can. There's no harm if you do it outside of the mission, obviously, but it's just more useful to do it that way. Right, so that's that looked at. Let's have a quick look at what we've got in our loot. Oh, I do want to open these road trip llamas, even though they're going to give me some good stuff. So I might try and hold off on event llamas until maybe we've done the first area or something. But we've got some mini reward llamas, which are quite cute. So we're going to open these and see what we get. What are we going to get? XP, crazy axe, a survivor, which is good, some gold. Thank you very much. Oh, he's got silver.
I'm werewolf proof.
So yeah, it's completely RNG, whether they change colour when you hit them, and it'll just increase what they drop. And for these mini reward llamas, they actually end up dropping, they drop 4 cards usually, but as we can see, he's going to drop a load. Oh, nice. That's quite a good melee weapon to get at this stage. Oh, and look, we got a blue version of a Ramirez, so that's nice. And a bunch of gold. Fantastic.
Hiya, Commander.
Hiya. So yeah, we got 11 cards out of that silver one. Yeah. We got a defender anyway. Come on. We get an XP. Oh, wall launcher. Best trap. So useful. I'm so glad we just got that. That's cool. All right, excellent. So that's cool. Let's have a quick look back over here and see. So we've got these different heroes that we can purchase. They're all quite cool, actually. This guy is especially cool. Urban Assault is one of the best, considered to be one of the best soldiers. Oh, a Copper Hydra. Lots of people love that weapon. I've never really used it. I had one and then I stupidly recycled it to get the XP back. Walloper is a great weapon as well. Yeah, there's some good stuff here to get later on. I mean, I might save up to get this, because wall launcher is great. We can get an orange survivor with a bit more gold. So we'll just keep saving our gold for now so we can buy some of this really good stuff in the shop. And remember, the gold is free to get. You just get it every time you do a mission. So this episode is going to be a bit crazy now because I'm just going to grind out these 2 levels. I'll be adding commentary in post, maybe. I might even just cut this out. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we might just do them in fast forwarded or something like that. We'll see. So the first mission that we did was an Atlas defense. I found it here in this sort of backyard area of this house. The spawn was pretty good actually. You can see we've got on the radar there, we've got the spawns are to the southeast. There was 2 separate ones at opposite sort of corners of the house. And to begin, we just built a standard sort of half pyramid defense. I didn't bother building defenses around the back half because we weren't going to get any enemies coming that direction. And I put some basic traps on the very top of the pyramid just in case we get any husks making it up to the top here. And then we'll go and have a look. We've got 2 sort of main paths, one running up this right hand side of the house, and then there's another one running to the left of which way the direction we're looking at the moment. As I went out to check out the spawns a bit more, I spotted that there was this path around the back that they could have taken, so I just quickly blocked this up a little bit just to sort of dissuade them in our usual way from heading in this direction. So here's the main path. And I'm just going to start plopping some walls down now to create our little tunnel. And the idea being that I'm going to just sort of make an L-shaped pair of tunnels that both sort of condense into the same area, so that the enemies are all going to funnel down in the same way. In between, I obviously skipped about, collected some loot and rescued some survivors. But here we go. Here's our secondary path. The pesky husks came to give me a bit of grief, so we took care of them and then carried on building. I wasn't quite sure what to do with this end bit, so I made a sort of slightly more open area with some dart traps to take out anybody who made it this far down the line. Now we left a little gap here in this wall just to make sure that they funnel through. Of course, crafting some traps. Gotta craft some traps, baby. There we go, it's starting to look pretty good, I think. And we start the defense. Let's go.
You got this, Commander.
Added a few extra walls at the bottom of the pyramid there just to make sure that they walk onto the pyramid in the same location, making it easier for me to shoot them. And then if I need to put some traps, which I do in a while, you'll see that they'll definitely funnel onto the traps. Went off to do some foraging, look at the map. I spot that we're getting a bit of trouble on the objective, so of course we head back. And in typical style, they'd made it in because I hadn't really thought about it. These traps I'd put on the top weren't really getting used because the husks will decide to attack the ramp if it's a weaker wall. So what I could have done here is maybe made the roof tile at the top out of wood, weaker material. That helps influence where the husks are going to go. I also realised that some of the husks were getting through because they had these shielders on, which meant that they were managing to make it past the traps without dying. And here we just saw that our, looks like our spike trap that we've put on the side is doing its job, which is lovely. And then somehow I noticed these guys were just, what's this? He just came through the wall, so I'm not sure quite what was going on there, whether that's a bug or what, but I kept getting the ranged guys, especially like the cowboy ones and the baseball guys, they just kept getting through the walls. I'm not really sure if that's a known sort of issue, but I haven't really seen it happen before. But yeah, it was interesting. But then the rest of the defence went pretty smoothly, to be honest. We just sort of stayed at the end of the tunnels and did some good shooting of zombies. Then I noticed there was these lobbers throwing bombs right at the end of the defence. There was some lobbers doing my head in, and they're so pesky. They just keep running away. They're really sneaky. So yeah, we chopped her up. It was fine. 10 seconds to go, all good. We took a tiny bit of damage to the Atlas at that one point, but generally it all went pretty well. Ramirez was well happy with her performance. Dance, baby. Then the next mission we were going to do was to ride the lightning. But, of course, what I wanted to do is unlock my recycling so I could start getting rid of some of those cards that we got from the Founders Llamas that I didn't really want to have. So we unlocked the recycling. But then, unfortunately, what I did notice was I hadn't really read the description properly, but it only allowed me to recycle common and uncommon items. So I could only really get rid of my green and grey things, which is a bit of a shame. So I wasn't really sure what to do with the ones I could get rid of. So I recycled some of them and collection booked some of them. And we got a few items and a few things that maybe has given me a slight advantage. But meh, it is what it is. There's not much I can really do about it. Yeah, we kept getting this collection book rewards received, and some of them got a bit crazy. So, but anyway, it's no big deal. I was about to start the mission, and then I thought, you know, I've actually got a blue Ramirez. And what's cool about her is that she's got this skill going commando, which the previous version of herself did not have. So what we did was we just recycled previous Ramirez and then upgraded our blue Ramirez. So when we retire her, we get back our hero XP, which is great. All pretty much, I think it's about 80%, 85%, 90%, something like that, of what I've spent already. So you get most of it back. So then I could pile those points straight into my rear version of Ramirez, which is awesome because now we've got slightly more health and more shields.
Lars is standing by to counter storm intel, Commander. Let's launch that van.
We were quite lucky upon starting the mission. We happened to start right by Lars. Where was he? He's here somewhere. So yeah, he's just up there to the right, look. So we found him really quick. That was great. There was survivor nearby. We grabbed this guy. He's the medkit guy eventually. Don't like him. Don't like him. I hate what he becomes later on. Pestering us to go and get his medkits all the time. Anyway, we went to have a scope of the spawns. It was quite a narrow area for them. It looked like they might be appearing on top of the mountain up there, but actually they were inside the wall, which is a bit crazy. So they mainly had this one route to come up, which was this ramp, so we decided to clear it out. Oh, I left this bit in because we got bacon from a corn plant. That's quite an interesting concept, don't you think? But anyway, yes, I wanted to test out my the wall launchers. So we built just a basic sort of setup here where I planned on using a wall launcher that will punch the husks as they come up the ramp and hit them back down to the bottom, so they'll go over and over. There is a neat trick you can do using angled roof pieces or stairs where you can put them above angled backwards like that, and the floor launcher will hit them up into that and it'll bounce them down as well, so you get like a double bang for buck way of pushing someone off an edge. We'll demo that once I get floor launchers. So yeah, we're just going to pop some spikes down and trap up the rest of this a little bit, using the smaller walls to do our usual trick of forcing the husks to walk the longest way possible across each tile. And then we'll just finish trapping up with some more traps. We needed some floor spikes here, retractable spikes, and I put some ceiling zappers on. Now, spoiler, what's going to happen is the husks are going to just break this wall that the wall launcher is on straight away, which I'm a little bit gutted about. I'm not really sure why they did it. So I think the learning I'll take from that is, in future, if I'm setting up something like this, I will sort of double wall behind the wall launcher just to preserve it, and maybe put that ceiling zapper above the wall launcher as well, just to kill anything that's trying to smash it. But now we've got this, the husks have got a pretty straight line down the side of the building there to get to the objective. And I was a bit wary. I thought I'd done enough traps, you know, like this. I didn't want to spend too many resources on this. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So we'll just do super quick defense around the van. Not going to do anything fancy, which is going to literally do a box. And then put some walls in to sort of influence the direction of our husks as usual. So there we go, making our usual nice little narrow path, which will make it really easy for us to just shoot or grenade the enemies. So I needed to go and hunt some blue glow, so I started looking, and then I realised I'd missed these 2 spawns up here, so I was quite grateful that I'd come up the top. So once again, we're going to just put in some sort of medium height walls, just to sort of persuade them to just drop down to where my main trap tunnel is. Unfortunately, it didn't really work as well as I thought, so again, I think maybe what I'd do next time is just make sure we do a double sort of sandwich of walls there, maybe put some backwards ramps. Backwards ramps? Some, you know what I mean. We'll put some ramps down to dissuade them. But anyway, let's get started on the defense, see how it goes. So yeah, immediately this thing threw me off. I think this was a little, just one of the, what's the word for it? One of the patrol spawns. So I don't think the enemies that were coming from there were actually going for the base, but I wasn't convinced because it wasn't disappearing. So I just built a secondary little box here that I've filled with traps, just to sort of weaken any enemies that came through this way. And yeah, we really went to town, putting a flashlight on one side and a wall launcher on the other side. A wall launcher on the side like that, you can use that quite effectively as just another way of stunning the enemies and keeping them in place to get hit by traps. This is where I noticed that my wall launcher had been destroyed, so I replaced it with a metal wall, but I did forget to put another wall launcher there, which was a bit silly. Anyway, at this point, then I noticed that my defences had been breached and we lost a bit of damage on the van, typically. We got to stage 2, and I noticed that the spawns had moved, so we started the defence straight away without building any defence, just to make it a bit more interesting. So I just had a quick scope to see if there's any other ways that the husks could come. It looked like most of them were going through that little box that I'd already built, which was quite handy. A lot of them were trying to come this way though, as we can see, so I thought it's time to block off these little weird steps. These little weird steps are my most hated geographic feature in this game. So yeah, we built some defences, some rudimentary ones, but they kept trying to attack this wall. It took a while for me to figure out how to stop them doing it. The husks were starting to get up the top here. I could see some of them were making it through. So we just built another quick bit of defense. We put a wall launcher at the top here and a little extra wall to stop them avoiding it. Like that. And look, they kept attacking this wall. And this husk here, what was he doing? Look, he just ran up there and just started hitting those stairs. I don't know. He just really didn't like those stairs. So here we go. What did this do? Boom. So this was working really nicely. It was punching the husks straight back down the ramp. And they were getting pushed back into the kill box, which was quite useful. Eventually they bust through with about 10 seconds to go, but it was no big deal and we finished the mission successfully. And I noticed that epic painting on the side of the truck. Look at that. I've never seen that before. Goodness me. One of those moments that makes me realise I've gone through most of the game without actually looking at it. But anyway guys, there you go. There's the summary of what we did. I hope you enjoyed. It was a bit weird doing it like this, but take care, dudes. I'll catch you in the next episode.